Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be talking about my internship experience. So, just a little bit about me. I am a senior student at Fresno State. I'm majoring in food and nutritional sciences, and my specialty is in dietetics. And my end goal after school is to hopefully become a licensed registered dietitian that can work in a clinical and community setting. So, a little bit about my internship. It took place in fall 2021. It was at the Central California Food Bank, which is located in Fresno, California. And the food bank is a nonprofit organization. Their main mission really is to fight hunger. And they do this in various ways. For example, they gather and distribute food. They engage in partnerships that advance self sufficiency. And they also provide community leadership on issues related to hunger. Within the food bank, there are various programs. So some of them include the senior hunger programs. They have groceries to go, fresh produce distributions, partner feeding sites, school food programs, as well as CalFresh outreach, just to name a few. So the official title of my internship is volunteer programs intern, and I was connected to this internship through Fresno State. And it was really cool to be able to be an intern at the food bank because I had already previously volunteered there for about 2 years during my undergraduate studies. And I really liked my internship because it was very individualized and built for my goals. So one of the things that I was asked when I went in for my interview was like what I wanted to take out of it. And they asked me if there was any specific programs that I was interested in working with. And I mentioned to them that I wanted to become a registered dietitian. So I was really looking at learning more about the community nutrition aspect. So after being accepted, I was connected to my site supervisor, which is Jacqueline Burke. And at the food bank, she is the special programs coordinator, and she's also a registered dietitian. So it was really cool to be able to have her be my site supervisor. So some of my responsibilities while during my internship, I got to work with two, specific programs at the food bank. One was the senior hunger program. And with that program, I got to do things such as administering surveys over the phone. I also did some data input for those surveys, did a lot of document translating. I was able to do that because I'm very fluent in Spanish. And since there's a lot of predominantly Spanish speakers in the Central Valley, we made sure that all of our documents that we were offering were also in Spanish. And I did some editing and reviewing of documents as well. And of course, attending team meetings with my site supervisor and anybody else who was working with that specific program. I also got to work with the groceries to go program. And with that, I did tasks such as bagging food items that were going to be offered that day. And I also got to do the food distributions, which is really cool because I didn't think I was going to have the opportunity to have some person-in-person contact because of COVID, but was really excited to have that. And it was a very humbling experience as well for me to be able to do those distributions. Aside from these two programs, I was also given the opportunity to do some independent research. And this research would potentially be used to ignite new projects that my site supervisor could start up at the food bank. I was really excited for this because I had never really been given the free range to go out and do some research without like an official prompt. I was given like a sort of a small direction of where to go, but after that it was just like bring back whatever you can and we'll see what we can do with it. So that was really fun experience for me. I got to report on my findings to my site supervisor and also create documents of the information that I found that could be used in the future after I completed my internship. So what were the outcomes of my internship? I definitely learned new skills such as inputting data. That was very new for me. Administering those phone surveys was a very new experience as well, but it really taught me how to build rapport with new clients and patients that they had. I got to learn how to use new softwares such as Teams and Qualtrics, which is something that I will keep under my belt for future use as well. And I also got to make a lot of personal growth. For example, I learned how to vocalize my needs and concerns, which is something I really needed to do while there. I had to set realistic goals for myself, just because I was also working and attending school. So being realistic with what it was that I can manage. and also being flexible, like going in with an open mind and just ready to absorb any knowledge that they were willing to give me, um, helped me a lot as well. I learned how to critically think for myself, and I always like rely on someone to guide me in a direction that I should go. I also learned how to highlight my strengths and also express my weaknesses so that if I was ever offered a task that I knew I couldn't take on, it was realistic for me to like say, like, you know, this isn't something I think I can do right now. And that's perfectly fine to do as well. And then lastly, just learning how to think independently. And that really came along with that independent research that I was able to do. It also just gave me the confidence to know that any information I brought back to the food bank, like was, it could potentially be useful. And, you know, finding confidence in that is what I think is good. And knowing that your work is good as well. And that completes my presentations for today. Here are my references. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.